Welcome to video T.3D, rotate points in the coordinate plane. All right, so I've got two different scenarios here. The first one, rotate point P 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. Okay, so what we're going to do is do the rotation and then come up with a general rule. All right, so sometimes I forget the rule, but I'm the type of person that likes to quickly derive things to help me remember. So what I do is, if I have a piece of paper, I know that's a 90-degree angle, so I line up the paper like such. This one happens to be a square piece of paper, and then I could just draw the other side like there. So since it's a square piece of paper, I know that side and that side are the same length. So my new point's over there, and then I could look to see which coordinates it's kind of about. Negative 1, 2, 3, positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So P prime is negative 3, positive 5. And then once I do that, I can try to remember the rule. Any point x comma y, according to this transformation, turns into, well, the 5, the negative 3. So it was really this y coordinate became opposite and went first. So there'll be negative y. And then this x coordinate stayed the same and turned into the y coordinate. So once again, this y coordinate changed signs and went first. This x coordinate kept the same sign and went second. Again, there's no way I can remember that rule. I'm not good at that, but I can easily derive it by doing that. Okay, next, rotate point P 180 degrees about the origin. Notice I do not give direction because going counterclockwise and clockwise are both the same. Okay, so and this one I can definitely remember. If I'm just going about the origin 180 degrees, I'm basically going to the origin and beyond. Okay, so I've got that symmetry. If I was 5 there, I'll be negative 5 there. If I was 3 there, I'll be negative 3 there. So all I'm doing is going the opposite side, if you will. So x comma y, general rule, simply going to negative x, negative y. 5 went to the opposite of 5, 3 went to the opposite of 3. Okay, so I'll do a few more examples with applications now. Okay, we're going to try some you-try problems now. Part A. Rotate triangle ABC with vertices A, B, and C as shown 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. Okay, so again, we've got this rule from before. If you forgot it, you quickly derive it like I showed you. All right, so the way that I apply the rule is I'm systematic. So x comma y is going to negative y comma x. So I'm going to take those y coordinates, change their signs, and put them first. Y coordinate, change your sign and go first. Y coordinate, change your sign and go first. Y coordinate, change your sign and go first. Then for the new x coordinates, for the new y coordinates, this is where it gets confusing, it's the original x's. So original x just goes second. So original x goes second, original x goes second, original x goes second, and that's a systematic way of getting your new coordinates. Part B, rotate segment xy with endpoints x and y as shown 180 degrees about the origin. Again, direction does not matter. Okay, the rule once again is you just change the signs. Okay, this one's easy. Just whatever the signs are, changing them. All right, so negative 3, change signs 3. 8, change signs negative 8. Could do better than that. Negative 7, change signs 7. Negative 1, change sign 1. Done. And now for the you-try challenge problem. Write a general rule for rotating point xy 270 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. I'd love it if you paused the video and tried to come up with it on your own, and then replayed the video and saw how I solved it. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. There's two methods that come to my mind of doing it. So I'm going to do, the first method is the one that I think is most direct. So what I'm going to do is, I always do this in math problems, I just draw a typical problem. So let's just say I had some point located over there, and let's just call it, make up 5, 1. And if I rotated that 270 degrees, so notice it's a little smidge off of that, so a little smidge off of 90, a little smidge off of 180, so it's going to end up being something like that. Okay, so that's supposed to be a right angle. What does that appear to be using these numbers? Perhaps positive 1, -5. Oh, so now I think the rule could be x comma y gets transformed, so this was my x and my y. It looks like the second number became first, so y, and it looks like the first number went second and changed signs. Okay, so that's probably the direct way. Now let me show you a way using previous knowledge. All right, so let's just say we're gonna start at x, y, and then let's say we're going to go 180 degrees counterclockwise. I know direction doesn't matter, but as far as this problem, it'll make a little bit more sense. So go 180 degrees counterclockwise. Oh, change the signs. Minus x minus y. And then we're going to go 90 degrees more counterclockwise. And oh, we had a rule for that. So the rule for that was whatever the second thing was, go first and change sign. And whatever the first thing was, just go last. Oh, that's the same exact result. So there you have it, how to do some rotations in the coordinate plane.